afternoon and welcome to TV 50's coverage of Green Machine football from Bob Reed Field in Geneseo. It's the Geneseo Green Machine hosting the Eagles of Michelle Chicago Clark. And kickoff coming up in less than 3 minutes. With Bob Pettit, I'm Lauren Lemke. A late start here as we've had 2 football games already played on this field today, Bob Pettit. And the first game, the freshman game, ran just a little bit long. And so we're just a little behind schedule. We'll get this game underway here in about 2 minutes.
Actually, they ran just a lot long. I'm sure there's some people out there wondering if this game was ever going to be played. Hour and 15 minutes late as it is. It was going to kick off probably about an hour and 20 minutes late. But, yeah, there was some good football by the younger Maple Leaf players against freshmen played Rock Island. Handled that one quite handily, and sophomores took care of Moline with a running clock situation quite early in the game.
Geneseo last week, home victory to start off the season, 62-12 over Chicago South Shore. And now they take on Chicago Clark, a school with 521 students. They're in Class 3A. They did make the playoffs last year, 6-4 overall were the Eagles. They lost to Chicago Al Raby, a team that we're familiar with, in the playoffs 30-0. And last week opened the season with a forfeit loss. So they are 0-1, Geneseo 1-0. Don't know a whole lot about Chicago Clark. Young team, a lot of freshmen and sophomores listed on their roster.
Well, we're glad they didn't have a forfeit this week. It's nice to see them out here. They made the trip. Saw them pull into the bus earlier today, and Saturday afternoon with the sun shining. We haven't had rain in a couple of days, and that's very rare. It feels really nice. What a beautiful day for football.
It is, and we looked at the coin toss here a moment ago. Chicago Clark did win the coin toss. They have deferred, and so Geneseo is going to see the football right off the bat here. Last week, again, scoring 62 points. They jumped out to a 34-0 lead on South Shore, and South Shore got back into it with a couple of touchdowns, but Geneseo able to put them away with that running clock in the second half. Good showing last week for Geneseo.
It was. And South Shore used the same tactic at the beginning. They won the coin toss, deferred, gave Geneseo the football right off, and I wonder if they regret that because Geneseo took it right to them, ran up a nice little lead. We're going to have to see how that works for Clark because they've decided to let Geneseo have the football first.
And we'll see that wing tee offense for Geneseo to start things off with Jordan Jackson. He'll be starting again today. Big week last week with 3 touchdowns on the ground, 90 yards rushing. Also threw a pass for 34 yards. So Jordan's going to have a big season here for Geneseo, returning starter from last year.
I don't know if Keith's camera picks up the visiting stands, but there are actually 11 people in those stands, and I think they're Geneseo people. There's some green. There's some green over there. I know a couple of them are. I'm not sure if Clark has a fan here.
I don't know either, Bob. They don't have any cheerleaders. They've got about 30 players on the roster.
You know, it just kind of gives you an idea of how blessed we are to have the following we have and the support we have in our town. And, I'm sure this is quite an experience for them to see this kind of crowd.
Zach Olson back deep along with Tyler Thompson to receive this kick. It's coming down at the 30-yard line and fielded by Kyle Wise to the 40, out to the 45-yard line. A return of 15 yards. And Geneseo has good field position to start off this game.
Kyle Wise picks that thing off the air, and a lot of times they just fall on the ground back there in that second tier, but he picked up about 15 yards after the catch. Put his head down, tried to run through some people.
Kyle Toon starts at quarterback for Geneseo, number 12. He's a junior. Cade Humphreys lined up behind him at the fullback position, a senior. And Drew Rapps and Jordan Jackson in the backfield. They are both lined up at the wings. Rapps in motion on this first play, and they'll give it to Drew. Drew off the right side into Chicago Clark territory down to the 45. And depends on this spot, he's going to be about a half a football short of a first down.
Not a good spot, but nonetheless, a nice run by Drew Rapps. Nice blocking over on the right side of the line. Those big boys had quite a hole there.
Hunter Girton starts at center. Dylan Decker and Charlie Weiss at the guard position. Sam Thomas at left tackle and Dalton Stage at right tackle. Kyle Wise and Zach Humphrey the ends. Second and very short. Toon bumps into Jackson in the backfield, keeps it himself, and has the Geneseo first down as he runs out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line.
Yeah, definitely a broken play. He's trying to hand that ball off, and wisely just tucked it in, picked up the first down, had a little bit of a rough tackle on the sideline, but he pops up, tuned back in.
Just underway, 11:15 to play in the opening quarter. We're scoreless. Geneseo on the opening drive from a sunny Bob Reed Field. Double wing set, double tight for Geneseo on this 1st and 10 play. Humphreys gets the call, bounces it out to the right, gets loose inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line, a gain of 8. And the official gets knocked down in that play. I think Hunter Girton may have ran into the referee.
Well, Hunter Girton was looking for somebody to block. There's a hole there that you could have driven a truck through. Humphreys hit that hole hard, but my goodness, was that wide. The offensive line of Geneseo is just blowing holes.
At the Eagles' 33-yard line, 2nd and 2. They'll toss it to Jackson, coming to his left. Got some blocks out front, fumbles the football, and Clark, ball is still loose. As Clark, player almost came up with it, and finally did. Number 7 holds up the football. Brandon Gladden, and Geneseo turns it over on a fumble.
Yeah, Jordan just kind of lost his balance, really wasn't even tackled, wasn't hit hard, lost his balance in the process of trying to gain his balance. The ball slipped out of his hands. So maybe this does pay off. The decision for Clark to give us the football. Geneseo turns it over.
First fumble loss on the season for Geneseo. They did have one turnover last week, an interception that closed out the first half of play against South Shore. So we'll see the Eagles come out on offense. They have it at their own 15-yard line, 10:30 to play in a scoreless first quarter. Spread formation for Clark. 2 receivers left and right with a lone setback next to the quarterback in the gun. And going backwards is the running back, Arias Brewer, and he loses about 10 yards on the play.
Ben Cosgrave on the tackle had a hold of his shirt, and a host of Geneseo tacklers came in and helped him out.
Loss of about 9 on the play.
Cosgrave starting at that outside linebacker position, read that well. So yeah, loss of 9 on the play. Up front, Tyler Tates at the nose guard, Charlie Weiss, Zach Humphrey at the defensive tackle positions, Colin Murphy and Jordan Jackson start at the inside linebackers, and Cosgrave and Cade Humphreys outside linebackers. 2nd down and 19 to go from the 6-yard line. Flag before the snap of the ball.
That's going to be against Clark. They're going to be half the distance to the goal line. They're going to be backing up into the end zone soon. I noticed the Geneseo has got their big defensive line in. That puts Sam Thomas. He started the ball game at defensive tackle. They put an extra lineman in, and it's paid off so far. They're driving him back.
Logan Weber's the deep safety with Tyler Thompson and Zach Olson at the corners. 2nd and 22 out of the end zone. A pass up high and incomplete. Intended for Marquez Barnett.
Pass intended for number 4, Marquez Barnett. Incomplete.
Be 3rd down and 22.
And the Clark quarterback paid the dues. He got hit really hard after he let go of that football. Laying on his back in the end zone. He pops up, runs over to get a new play.
Scoreless first quarter, 9 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock as the Eagles run the play in from the sidelines. Geneseo trying to put a stop to this drive by the Eagles and get the ball back in great field position. 3 receivers go out wide to the left, and now they'll reset with 2 on each side. Out of the gun, throwing from the end zone, long pass down this near sideline and just over the outstretched hands of the intended receiver for the Eagles, Aries Brewer.
Coverage by Tyler Thompson. Thompson was just about a half a step behind him. That would have taken a perfectly thrown ball to get a completion. It was just overthrown by a body yard. That's going to bring up a punt situation here. The Geneseo defensive line had all kinds of pressure, man. It was all green jerseys in that end zone. He just had to heave that ball up.
Crosswind today, blowing from east to west, with Tyler Thompson and Zach Olson back to receive this punt. And a low kick coming down and almost caught out of the air by the Eagles at the 35.
It was caught out of the air and almost hit a Maple Leaf player in the back. But the Clark coverage player received the ball. I think he successfully caught the ball.
That was better than the pass they threw a moment ago.
Maybe they should. I don't think you can pass with your foot, though.
I don't think so.
I believe that's illegal.
Even though it's called football, you can't do that. All right, first down and 10. Geneseo's great field position at the Clark 32 with 9:23 to play in the first quarter. We're scoreless. Kyle Toon under center. Gives it to Cade Humphreys, and Humphreys down to the 27-yard line with a gain of 5.
Humphreys met with some opposition by number 6, Aries Brewer. They have a few football players. You can see some athleticism here. Again, the organization might be lacking from lack of practice. They'll probably have a playoff team at the end of the year again.
And again, did not play last week due to a forfeit. We're not sure why they had to forfeit the game. A counter play to Jordan Jackson. And Jackson down to the 16, a first down run for Geneseo.
Jackson slicing up the middle for the Maple Leaf, a first down.
Rotating that ball again among the backfield.
Geneseo has a first and 10.
Humphreys, then Jackson.
Eagle 16-yard line.
Maple Leaf offensive line just blowing them off the line, just blowing those defensive tackles and guards off the line. They're big fellas. They got some size.
Back to Humphreys, right side, looking to bounce it to the outside, breaks a tackle and gets taken down from behind inside the 5. They'll mark it at the 3-yard line. First and goal, Geneseo.
Once again, picking up at a 10-yard per carry clip, it seems like. Just big holes. The secondary has to make the play.
And goal, ball's on the 3-yard line.
Noah Aper brings in the play. Lets Kyle Toon know, and they are at the line of scrimmage. First and goal from the 3-yard line.
Power on power, right up the middle.
It's
boom,
Humphrey.
Boom, boom.
And Cade Humphreys with the touchdown.
Touchdown,
Jordan Jackson with the lead block, and Geneseo gets on the scoreboard. 6-0, 8 minutes and 7 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Clark had 8 or 11 defenders stacked in the box, and he went in untouched, right up the middle of the field. How can that happen?
It's good blocking.
Outstanding blocking by the offensive line of the Green Machine.
Extra point coming up here for Geneseo. This one going off. Gets it just inside that right upright. Jack Hinton tacks on the extra point. Makes it 7-0 Geneseo in this first quarter of play. Green Machine had a short field to work with, thanks to the defense pinning the Eagles back near their own goal line. And they take advantage of it, marching down the field and scoring.
We have lots of doctors and nurses and all kinds of people in the health field today.
32 yards in just 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Dress up day for the student body.
Touchdown by number 35, Cade Humphreys.
Scoring drive for Geneseo, 4 plays, 32 yards, 1 minute and 16 seconds off the time, and a 3-yard touchdown run by Cade Humphreys, who has his first touchdown on the season. Cade last week with 57 yards on the ground and was taken out of the game for River Griffin. So Cade going both ways last week, got him into the offense and then back out to rest him up on defense. Waiting to restart the game with Jack Hinton to kick off from the 40-yard line. 2 deep return men back for the Eagles around the 10.
First kickoff for the Leafs in this game. Waiting for some big play.
Angling to the near sideline and actually out of bounds. Nice catch there by one of the Geneseo coaches. But this is going to be a penalty, and
Looks like they're going to take it at the 35-yard line.
Second possession coming up for the Eagles, who lost yards on that first possession.
So we'll see what the Leafs come out with. They got the extra down lineman again. When you see Sam Thomas pop in there, they usually go with the extra down lineman, pop out a defensive back. If they're going to throw the ball, they're going to have to throw it under pressure.
From the 35-yard line. Same formation here for the Eagles with two receivers left and right. Joe Turner, the quarterback for the Eagles, completes the pass over the middle, finds Brandon Gladney, and it's a first down, 10-yard pass.
Well executed play. Tried the quick hitter, tried to get rid of that ball before the pressure gets in the backfield. No huddle offense. Clark ready to put it up again.
First and 10 from the 46-yard line, penalty marker thrown.
Yep, they're going to move it back against Clark. Somebody jumped over there and they were pointing at the Maple Leaf line, but they were not convincing the officials.
First and 15 now, 7:50 to play in the first quarter. Geneseo 7, Clark 0. Long count by Joe Turner. In the pocket. His pass is incomplete. Intended for Derek Lindsay, and about 4 Maple Leaf defenders around that football.
Turner down, got up really slow, but heads over to the sideline for another play. Second 15. Leafs are keeping the big lineman up there. 4 down linemen going hard.
Cole Howard coming in. He took the place of Cody Brower. And again, yeah, Geneseo just sticking with the 2 corners and a safety, even though we see the Eagles coming out with a passing attack. And I think they ran out of time. Delay of game.
You know what? They're looking at this. The play clocks are not in a line. This one had time left on it. The one the quarterback was looking at, it still had time left. And that could cause a problem.
Yeah, I think we noticed that in the game before this, that clocks are not in sync.
I looked over when he blew the whistle, and there was still 2 seconds left over on this time clock. They're not in sync. They're a couple seconds off.
Bad snap. Quarterback picks it up and will be sacked back at the 32-yard line. Cade Humphreys comes in there with the hit, and Turner's down for Clark.
Turner's paying his dues today. He's getting hit on every play. He gets up slower each time. Now he's getting to the sideline, but he is not sprinting to the sideline. He's kind of ambling over there. Would you call it amble?
That's a good word. It'll be 3rd down and 24 for Clark as they stop the clock with 7:19 to play in the first. 7-0 Geneseo.
Clark had 1 positive play for 11-yard gain and a first down, and that's about all they've had here in the first quarter. Leafs have pushed them back. They're just believing in the pressure on the quarterback. As hard as he's getting hit, I'm pretty sure he's going to start letting that thing go quick.
Come out with a power formation here on 3rd and long. And they'll try to run it. And Geneseo all over that one. Ben Cosgrave comes up, and Marquez Barnett goes out of bounds at the 30.
They put Demetrius Richardson at quarterback on that play, giving Turner just a little bit of a break. He's taking a pounding. Looks like they're going to bring the punt team out.
Second punt coming up here for the Eagles. Geneseo will get the ball back for the 3rd time.
Not going to go for it on 4th and 26. Go figure.
Number 22, Zach Olson. Number 25, Tyler Thompson.
Punt's on its way up. High kick. Coming down and caught by Thompson. And a short return to the 46-yard line of Geneseo. Thompson and Olsen both deciding who's going to take that one.
They probably were both calling it and they couldn't hear each other. They kind of fought over it, but Thompson won the battle. It's kind of like a jump ball, and he got it. He got the rebound.
Geneseo quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Up 7-0, first quarter, 6:49 to play in this opening frame. Zach Humphreys going to reset on that offensive line. They'll give it to Cade Humphreys. He has a big hole, and the secondary comes up and makes the tackle. Humphreys down as the ball comes loose. Good solo stop by Barnett of Clark.
Running behind that strong left side of the line. Humphreys over there, Sam Thomas, Dylan Decker. There was a hole that I could have ran through. And it's got to get a little wider every year for me.
About a 15-yard gain for Cade Humphreys, who's got the only touchdown in this game a moment ago. Long toss out to Drew Rapps to his right. And a solo stop made at the Clark 35-yard line.
Yeah, those are the ones that get broke when you see solo stop after solo stop. That was Demetrius Richardson on the tackle. Consistently seeing one-man tackles, they're going to break it eventually.
Two new tight ends come in. Braden Reese, number 85, Zach Humphrey, 86. Geneseo looking at a 2nd down and 5 as we're halfway through this first quarter.
Leaf coach is already rotating a lot of players in the game.
Second back through, it's Jordan Jackson with room to run to the 30, the 20, down to the 10. Sidesteps a defender and gets into the end zone for a Geneseo touchdown.
Nice juke step right at the end. He would have been knocked out about the 3-yard line, maybe the 2 or 3-yard line. One little juke step and a push. Very nice move by Jordan Jackson to get the touchdown. He's piling up the stats. He knows how to get in the end zone. Love it.
35-yard touchdown run for Jordan Jackson. Jack Hinton, and to kick the extra point out of the hold of Kyle Toon, right down the middle. And it's good. 14-0 is the score in this first quarter. 5:44 to play.
That one had some power behind it. That was a more of a line drive power kick. The first one had kind of a little bit of a loft to it, and that crosswind might have an effect on that. That one right there cut right through the wind, right down the middle of the goalpost.
Geneseo making short work of that series with a long touchdown run by Jordan Jackson. 3 plays, 54 yards, and 1:05 off the clock.
Once again, the blocking up front has just been phenomenal. The defensive line of Clark is just going to be no match for the Leafs today.
Kicking off for the Maple Leafs.
A lot of experience coming back from that offensive line.
Number 4, Barnett, and number 6, Brewers.
Jack Hinton ready to get this game back underway. He has the whistle in the approach. Nice kick. He drives this one all the way back into the end zone. Be a touchback.
Right where the band would be sitting if they were here. Band has already played twice. They played at halftime of the sophomore game, and then they played the pregame.
On their own 20-yard line.
Their work here is done.
It must have a date somewhere else. Somebody else gets the privilege of watching.
And Clark's going to take a timeout there first.
Timeout.
With the score, Geneseo 14 and Clark 0. Another home game coming up next week for Geneseo. It'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff. That's guaranteed. No game before the varsity next week when they host Cahokia. So hope to see you back out here at Bob Reed Field. If you want to get into the stadium, the quickest way is to go through the high school. They do have a ticket booth there, the main entrance of the high school, because of the The south gate is closed because of the construction, so keep that in mind if you want to take that shortcut. That's usually your shortcut, isn't it, Bob?
It is. Not supposed to tell everybody that. Now my parking place is going to be gone. No, I'm just kidding. The other option, of course, is parking at the middle school and coming through the east gate, and that's not too long of a trip either. That works out pretty good. See a lot of people filing in that way.
So next Friday night, 7 o'clock, Cahokia. And then Geneseo can wrap up a 3-game homestand. They've won 23 straight here at home going over the last 3 years.
And is our north gate open? I think our north gate is open if you park at the athletic facility, the practice facility. So we can still get in. It's just more difficult.
Might be a little bit of a longer line over there, but you definitely will get in. They'll have plenty of pork chops for you, too. 1st and 10, Clark from their own 20-yard line. And Joe Turner saying, hey, make sure you block Jordan Jackson over here. They'll do a wide receiver screen to the left, and Geneseo all over that. Loss on the play back to the 19.
Brewer on the tackle for Geneseo, number 88, Cosgrave.
Ben Cosgrave makes another tackle.
Brings up 2nd down.
That was a nice thought, but just didn't. And the execution was good, but Geneseo just covered that thing like a blanket. A 1-yard loss, as you mentioned, Lauren, and Leafs have just got this thing covered.
Tyler Thompson with some help on that.
Leafs back to a 3-man down front, it looks like, and they got the extra drop back, but they'll stun any time.
Yeah, Nick Schwartzendruber, number 27, he's on this near side, is in the game now. And we've got another marker thrown. And Geneseo clapping their hands. It's going to be against Clark again.
Good ball. Offense lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Clark's had one good play today, the 11-yard pass, but the majority of their plays have either been penalties or plays that have gone the wrong way for them.
I believe it's not only the play that they gained yardage, but also probably the only play where the quarterback did not bite the dust. I think he's hit the turf every other play.
Under center now, 2nd down and 16. Power I formation, and not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss there as Geneseo swarming that running back.
10 green jerseys on that tackle.
Tyler Tate's making the stick for Geneseo.
Schwartzendruber stayed out of the pile just to make sure somebody didn't squirt out of there, but everybody else was in the heap. It looked like a scrum.
Tyler Tates with the tackle. Richardson, the running back for the Eagles on that play.
So did you watch any rugby during the Olympics? I hate to get off the subject here, but the scrum there just reminded me how rugged that game is.
4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Clock is running, and Geneseo with a comfortable 14-0 lead over Chicago Clark here at home. Play clock under 5, down to 2. Gets the play off Turner. Quick pass, incomplete. Intended for Richardson, and it'll be 4th down for the Eagles.
I think they're going to have to get word out to the officials that the 2 play clocks are not in sync. I'm not sure how many people have actually figured that out yet.
Yeah, just looking at it, they seem to be in sync until you get about around the 15-second mark. Really, definitely not in sync when one's at 0 and another one's at 3. High snap as Clark lines up to punt. This one coming off to this near side, and it's going to be caught by Olson. And he called for a fair catch, and he was hit after he made the catch. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Calls a fair catch. We do have a flag on the play.
Yeah. Sometimes the officials are going to they're going to talk it over, make sure he did in fact make a legal fair catch signal, and they're going to agree that he did because they're going to stomp off 15 yards. My goodness, the Leafs are getting the ball in great field position again. Was that 15 or
15, more? Yes.
Looked like he went more. Puts it down near the 18-yard line. That's a really short field for the Geneseo to score.
3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Geneseo inside the 20, near the 18. Drew Rapps in motion. He'll take the pitch to his right. Cuts it back and gets thrown down at the 16-yard line.
Demetrius Richardson's a nice athlete. They put him in as a substitute quarterback. He's playing a great defensive back position. He's made several tackles.
Second down, Maple Leafs.
Gain of...
That might be the least gain for the Leafs today, a 2-yard gain.
We'll make it second down and 8. Geneseo moving to the north end zone. Cosgrave split out wide left. Geneseo will shift in the backfield with Jackson lining up the halfback position. He'll take the pitch to his left. Down to the 10-yard line, about a yard short of the first down.
Looked like he got across the 10, but they're going to spot it right on it, so you're correct. They got a yard to go at third down here. But once again, a nice hole on the left side. Defensive backfield is coming up just a little quicker now. I think they got the idea that we may not throw the ball right now.
Have not put a pass up yet, though Kyle Toon last week threw 2 touchdowns.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to throw it right now because they are really getting sucked in quick.
They're going to go with a power formation, though, Bob. They've got River Griffin in at fullback. The full T, and it's Jackson. Off left tackle. Behind Sam Thomas, down to the 5.
He had first down yardage and was hit with about a 2-yard gain and just kept the legs driving, picked up another 3 all the way down the 5-yard line. Yeah, the offensive line is just blowing the defensive line of Clark off the ball.
First and goal on the 5-yard line.
It's going to be hard to stop.
Green Machine loading it up on that left side with Dalton Stage coming over, joining Thomas.
That would be hard.
Balance line here on first and goal from the 5. Toon rolling, throwing to the end zone over the head of Jordan Jackson, incomplete.
Had 2 players out there, 2 possible receivers, just over Jackson's head. The other one was, help me out.
You had Kyle Wise going deep.
Had Drew Rapps over there.
And
That's
Drew
who
Rapps.
it was, yep. And Drew was wide open on the short side.
That incomplete pass stops the clock. 1:32 to play. Geneseo 14, Clark 0. Second and 5 from the Clark 5. Toon broken play, scrambles, gets into the end zone, touchdown. Geneseo up 20-0. Hey, be the first caller to La Roma Pizza and say Bambino, and you'll win a free large 2-topping pizza. WGRG radio listeners only, 1 winner per season and must redeem within 1 week. Again, first caller to call in and say Bambino, you win a free large 2-topping pizza. La Roma Pizza, 944-6171.
Our listeners are starting to pick up that they don't get one every time.
1 per game, and this is Jack Hinton adding the extra point. It's 21-0, Green Machine.
That one had a lot of leg, plenty to spare. I don't know if that was a broken play. As I looked the replay, Lauren, I don't know if that was a broken play or not. It looked like Kyle just pulled that ball out, saw the left side wide open, just strolled into the end zone. He wants to pad his stats a little too, you know, get those TDs after his name.
Kyle with his first rushing touchdown of the season. Again, he had 2 touchdown passes last week. And Geneseo has 3 touchdowns on 4 drives in this opening quarter.
I should clarify that nobody's worried about stats. That was just one of those stupid things you say. That's one of the things that really makes the Leafs good. The Green Machine does not worry about stats. Who's got the yardage? Who's got the touchdowns? Right. We put them out there, but they're not worried about that. They just want to win. They just want to roll it up.
We'll get the scoring drive here in a moment as Jack Hinton, again, he's been busy. Kicking off for the 3rd time. He's got 3 extra points. Last week, Geneseo had 20 points in the first quarter against South Shore. They've got 21 in this first quarter. Nice kick by Hinton, end over end, into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Geneseo needed 5 plays to go 19 yards, 2 minutes and 1 second off the clock on that scoring drive, and the touchdown run by Kyle Toon from 3 yards out.
One unusual fact is they've actually had the 4 possessions in order to get 3 scores. They actually had a possession where they turned it over on a fumble and did not score. A rarity.
That's what Clark can do here. They can get some positive yards.
Once again, they've had 1 good play, 11-yard pass play for a first down. Most of the time, quarterback Joe Turner is really worried about the footsteps because he's been getting blasted.
Very tight formation here for the Eagles. Almost looks like the Geneseo offense, a double wing formation. They'll try to run it off tackle to the right, and the running back gets through for a 5-yard gain.
Yep, that was Brewer. Found a little hole, a little seam, and cut back. It looked like Geneseo had it covered. Found just a little seam for a 7-yard gain.
Zach Olson with the tackle. Back to that same play, and Geneseo plugging the hole. And a loss of 1 back to the 25.
Yep.
Brewer, the ball carrier.
But you have it once, can't have it again. Sorry.
3rd down, Eagles.
3rd down, we'll call it 4 for Clark from their own 26-yard line as this first quarter begins to wind down. We're under 40 seconds to play.
Leafs playing 3 front men, 3 linemen. Started out the game with 4 for quite a while, put a lot of pressure on Clark's passing game, but have dropped to 3.
Under 5 on the play clock.
Put a bunch of guys at the line of scrimmage. Nobody knows who's going.
Well, the play clock ran out. Back judge can see the play clock running at 0. The other play clock had 4 seconds on it, and that's what Clark is.
He's telling the officials that play clock says 4 seconds. I don't think they're listening, but somebody really needs to correct that. They're not listening to him for some reason. When the quarterback is watching the play clock and it has 4 seconds on it, that's really an injustice.
It'll be a 5-yard delay of game penalty against Clark, so they had a manageable 3rd down on 3rd and 4. Now it's 3rd and 9 back to the 21-yard line, 12 seconds to play in the first quarter. Turner to throw, out of the pocket, deep ball down the near sideline, and it is caught, but out of bounds.
Pass complete to number 4, Barnett, caught out of bounds.
Barnett made the catch for Clark, but he was out of bounds on the Geneseo sideline, a penalty marker down.
The officials in the booth have recognized that they've created a little bit of an injustice here by not getting. They just can't seem to get the mechanics timed, so they didn't even start the play clock.
On the offense, that penalty is declined. 4th down.
Geneseo declines the penalty on Clark, makes it 4th down and 9, and that incomplete pass did stop the clock. 6 seconds to go in the first quarter.
After a 7-yard gain on 1st down, Clark once again managed to move the ball backwards. Worked into a 4th and 9 situation.
And you got to figure that 5-yard penalty on 3rd down really changed the play call from 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 9.
It did.
And Clark's going to call their 2nd timeout as they will line up to, we're expecting them to line up and punt the ball to Geneseo. So next week again, Cahokia, Friday night game at 7. And then after that, Geneseo goes to Ottawa. And then we get back home on the 23rd. That'll be Hall of Fame night. That's always a special night for Geneseo athletes and coaches to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Teams that have done very well for Geneseo through the years. So look forward to that night and our own Coach Denny Derricks is going in this year as an inductee, so that's special. Looks like Clark's going to come out here in punt formation.
For the Eagles, number 11, Richardson, deep to receive for the Maple Leafs.
Olsen and Thompson back around the midfield. Punt coming down in between Olsen and Thompson. They'll let it roll. Takes a nice roll for the Eagles as ball's down at the 39, and we've got all zeros on this first quarter.
This might be one of the worst field positions the Geneseo started from. Possibly the opening kickoff, but Leafs have had short field in every situation.
They'll move the football, and we'll be back here for the second quarter. The first quarter score is Geneseo 21 and Clark 0.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Home, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Village Home Stores, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize our sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
School football.
With Bob Pettit, I'm Lauren Lemke. Second quarter to get underway here at Bob Reed Field with Geneseo out to a 21-0 lead over the visiting Eagles of Chicago Clark. Geneseo with 3 rushing touchdowns in that first period. Cade Humphreys, Jordan Jackson, and Kyle Toon.
They've been mixing up the yardage. They've been mixing up the scoring pretty consistently through the first 2 games. Balanced attack, that's the name of the game for the Leafs.
River Griffin's going to start this quarter at the fullback position. He had a big game last week on the ground, a couple touchdowns. And as we line up, Clark's going to use their last timeout.
Timeout. Clark.
So they have exhausted all 3. Kind of a strange call there, but apparently did not have enough players on the field or didn't like what they saw.
And in a game when you're looking for oddities to talk about, we have the play clock. And I was kind of anxious to see how Geneseo handled the play clock when they're facing the other direction now, because it's the south end that has got a drag to it. The north end seems to get 0 before the south end.
I think it's all this rain we've had.
I have no idea. That you're talking about technicalities here. High-tech stuff.
Going to shorten the wiring. So football at the Geneseo 39-yard line. As Bob mentioned, one of the worst starts of the game here for Geneseo. They've been in Chicago Clark territory at least 2 other times in this game. We're ready to go here with Jordan Jackson in the slot next to Kyle Wise. They'll run it to the right with Drew Rapps. 5-yard gain out to the 45.
Once again, Richardson on the tackle. I think, I'm sure, Denny Derricks knows a lot more about this game than I do, but you might want to think about running away from that guy. He's making all the tackles.
Number 11.
It was a nice hole there, and he filled it quickly. Looked like he's going to pick up some big yardage. Picked up 6 as it is.
Line up that middle linebacker position, so he's just going where the football's at. Jordan Jackson trying to sweep to his left, cuts it back inside. Tackled at the Geneseo G.
Depending on which side of the field they give the spot to, one official has it spotted as a first down. The other one was a little short, but they are going to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
The official who had the most forward progress for the Leafs waved the flags on.
First minute gone by here in the second quarter. Geneseo 21 and Chicago Clark 0. Green Machine with the football at the midfield stripe. First and 10 to pass. Toon, quick pass out to Jordan Jackson in the flats. He breaks a tackle to the 40. A penalty flag thrown in as Jackson goes out of bounds. We'll check the marker. And the official with a nice behind-the-back toss.
Yeah, well, he threw the flag in front of him, and they threw the ball behind his back. And he's going to throw that one, I believe, on number 83.
Offense, hold, 10
Yeah,
yards from
and
spot of the foul, replay first down.
Kyle Wise was out in front of Jackson and must have grabbed a jersey, just a little piece of jersey or something, but nice play by the Leafs. Going to get back to first down. It's going to be a gain of 1 on the play because the infraction was 11 yards downfield, and the 10-yard penalty makes it first and 9.
Does that count as a 1-yard pass? Statisticians they're discussing it right now.
Right.
Parker and John Buzzard. First and 9. Long ball from Kyle Toon, puts it way up. Two defenders
ball
down there around Kyle Wise, incomplete.
A lot of contact going on, but it's going to be waved off.
Intended for number 83, Kyle Wise, is incomplete.
Kyle Toon got that ball up in the air a little bit and let the wind play tricks with it. Kyle Wise overran the coverage, but he kind of might have overran the pass just a little bit at the time. He was wide open. They had to come back.
Second down and 9. Braden Reese. He's wide left. Counter play to Drew Rapps. Weaving his way through traffic to the 40. Cuts it back to the 35, to 30, to the 25, and tackled at the 20-yard line by Derek Lindsay.
Nice run by Rapps. Had to wait for a couple blockers. He had showed some patience there. As soon as they threw the block, made a nice cut, picked up nice yardage. Well done by Drew Rapps, and well done by the blockers.
29-yard run for Drew Rapps, a junior, who got in the end zone last week to open the scoring against South Shore.
Throwing blocks downfield without getting a holding penalty is no easy task.
First and 10, Jackson, toss sweep. He's got room to run to the 10, the 5, into the end zone untouched.
He's pretty much walking.
Touchdown, Geneseo.
That was wide open.
Geneseo goes up 27-0 on a touchdown run by Jordan Jackson. 10:20 to play in the first half.
10-yard penalty on the Leafs has no effect. Leafs just take it down there, have complete control of the offensive line or the defensive line. And the backs are making the cuts.
Not as many middle school students for today's game.
Oh, they were packed last Friday.
Jack Hinton's going to kick it to Luke Johnson.
Those bleachers were full last Friday. I think they brought maybe an extra set in because they didn't have enough seats. And the middle school group is maybe at their own activities. A lot of other activities going on today. I know there's tennis going on. Soccer going on today. A lot of other events going on today.
And it's Labor Day weekend. Jack Hinton's extra point makes it 28-0. Geneseo, 10 minutes, 20 seconds on the second quarter clock. And here comes the special teams out for Geneseo, the kickoff team, to line it up at the 40-yard line.
Kickoff for the Maple Leafs.
Once again, the student body wearing scrubs and all kinds of good stuff today for dress-up day. We lack the middle schoolers, but the high schoolers are out in force.
Hinton's put it into the end zone the last 2 times on kickoffs. We'll see if he does the same here. A little bit shorter. And bounces inside the 10. And still in play. Picked up at the 6. And back out to the 11-yard line. River Griffin finally makes the tackle after Geneseo missed a couple tackles.
Had some backspin on it, and it looked like that thing was going to bounce out of bounds, but it stayed in by about a yard.
You have a flag on the play.
Clark is going to start at the 5.5-yard line. Maybe. There's a flag on the play. And if they were holding on that play, it's going to really pin him in a hole.
Return man must have stepped out of bounds at the 5.
Personal foul, face mask on the.
Oh, that's going to.
Geneseo, also sideline warning on Geneseo. 15 yards from end of the run, first down.
Well,
Geneseo's got 2 sideline warnings, and I'm not sure how many you get. Or is that the sophomore game? Maybe I'm confused.
it's the first one for
the varsity?
For the varsity, right?
Okay.
Second one's going to be a penalty.
That's what I thought.
So it's 15 yards on that face mask, though, and that puts the ball out to the 20-yard line.
Nice bite on that kick, though. Wedge shot landed right by the pin.
I can't even do that on the golf course. First down play for the Eagles. Shotgun formation. Geneseo showing blitz. They'll bring 5. Ball is dropped. Still on the turf. Still bouncing around. And look at the football follies there for a second.
Yeah, that's going to be Clark's ball. And there's a couple Leafs had that thing in their hand, and they were trying to run with it.
Trying to do the old scoop and score.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they probably going to have a conversation about, hey, following that ball. Possession is important. There's at least 3 Leafs had their hands on that football, but Clark gets it back.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 from the 18-yard line. And they just turned the play clocks off. They're not even running. Let the officials do it the old way on the field. High snap, Turner. And a quick whistle there.
Pass intended for Brewer, incomplete.
See a flag.
Back judge coming in. Must have saw some movement.
Yeah.
False start on the offense.
Yeah, that was a false start on the offense. That whistle was way too quick to have on the play. So it's prior to the play, and it's going to be second. But 7? Boy, they really have a knack for going backwards.
Back 5 yards. It's now 2nd and 17 for the Eagles.
9:34 to play in the second quarter. Geneseo 28, Clark 0. The Eagles looking at a 2nd and 17 now from their own 14-yard line. 4 defensive backs in for Geneseo. They rush 5. Inside blitz from Cosgrave. Ball is out and overthrown, incomplete, as the quarterback again gets hit.
Yeah, overthrowing, and he slowly gets up. Joe Turner, the quarterback, eating dirt again. He let go of that one way early, and it was about 5 yards longer than the receiver was ever going to get. But he's getting a little tired of seeing the grass in his face.
The official will start the play clock here, so we got 25 seconds for Clark, and really needs to get this ball off, but the clock is stopped 9:12 in the second. Spread formation for the Eagles on this 3rd and 17. Secondary for Geneseo, 15 yards off the football. Pass over the middle and drop.
That's a similar play to the one in the first quarter where they actually picked up an 11-yard gain. Nice quick hitter on that in slant across the middle of the field, but the ball just hit the receiver in the lead hand, but he couldn't pull it in. Quarterback actually made a nice catch on the snap. That ball was high, and he had to make a one-handed snap to pull it in.
Bruce Harden, the intended receiver for Clark, a sophomore. Again, a lot of freshmen and sophomores on this roster for Clark Got 5 seniors out of the total of 31 that are dressed in today.
25, Thompson.
Geneseo will get the football back up 28-0 in the second quarter with Thompson and Olson at around the 40. Both on the hash marks. Short snap picked up by the punter and takes another Clark roll here as they get about 15 yards off that roll and puts Geneseo back at their own 43-yard line.
First and 10.
This game has all been played in Clark's defensive territory except for about 4 or 5 plays. And the Leafs are 7 yards away from getting in Clark territory one more time.
Geneseo lines it up. Clark slowly coming over from their sidelines to get onto the field here and line up on the defensive side of the football. Kyle Toon at quarterback. Takes a snap from Hunter Gurton. Toon to throw. Far sideline, and it is intercepted at the 33-yard line.
Intended for Kyle Wise over on the far side, but the coverage was good. Laid it up there and hoping Kyle would run under it, but the coverage was really done well.
Aries Brewer with the interception for Clark. Second interception of the season thrown by Toon. And Clark's come up with 2 turnovers today.
Brewer, a outstanding player on both sides of the ball. Again, they've got a few athletes out there, just not enough to put it all together.
So the Eagles get the football back quickly. And then we'll start at their own 34-yard line. That might be their best field position today. That
was Luke Johnson on almost the reception coming out, getting the ball off the field.
3 down linemen for Geneseo, 2 stand-up outside linebackers. Jordan Jackson blitzing. Ball is on the ground, and Clark gets one of their linemen to come up on it.
Yeah, there was 6 green jerseys and 1 white jersey, and the white jersey fell on it. And he was a wide body, so he was able to pull it in, make sure nobody got it away at the bottom of the pile.
Actually, that was Richardson, number 11, who came up with the fumble.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, there must have been another player back there. My bad.
He's been around the football all day, though.
I thought 72 was back there also. Yeah, Richardson is one of their players. He's a good one.
Ends up being a loss of 17 for Clark on that fumble. And
all right, we got too many players on the field or something. They got a
line judge threw the flag on the far sideline.
Flag before they even line up.
Officials mic'd up.
Sideline infraction on Clark, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Sideline infraction. There could be somebody on the far side over there giving the line judge an earful, and maybe he's just had enough.
5-yard penalty, make it 2nd down and 32. Clark backed up to their own 12-yard line. Their quarterback, Joe Turner, in the shotgun formation, takes the quick snap, steps up in the pocket, and gets greeted by 4 green machiners. Zach Humphrey is going to be credited with the sack.
Zach Humphrey, and it's somebody right behind him.
Joe Thomas was, or Joe Sam.
Sam Thomas on the hunt. I wouldn't want to see those 2 coming after me, to be honest with you. So the quarterback gets up again, asks his teammates if they got a license plate for that truck that just hit him.
Yeah, it's 2 big boys coming at you. 260 is Thomas and 230 is Humphrey, according to the Geneseo program. 3rd down and 40 with 7.5 minutes to play.
Oh, my.
And we might have a safety here.
That's 2 points.
That is a safety, Zach Humphrey.
Humphrey with 2 in a row. Apparently he did not get his license plate number the first time because he was able to get at him again. That's going to be 2 points. Oh, no, they're putting it on the goal line. They're going to say he had forward progress to the goal line. They're putting that ball right on the goal line. You know, The Leafs have a nice little lead here. It's not like it makes a lot of difference, but you can hear the fans groaning. Fourth
down and 43 yards to go.
Fourth and 43. Actually, it's 4th and 100 because it's on the 0 line, the opposite goal line.
Clark losing 33 yards in 3 plays with some penalties mixed in.
The pressure on that defensive line is just incredible. Whoever Zach Humphrey is lined up with is just eaten alive.
To punt the ball, the Eagles coming into Zach Olson, catches it at the 25. He's got room to run. The 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and down he's in. Touchdown right at the goal line. Zach Olson, a 25-yard punt return to put Geneseo up 34-0.
So they didn't get the 2-point play, and all the moaning and groaning, we just traded in for 6 here on the very next play. It looks like they got slump shoulders over there. The Clark offense and defense are packing it in.
So Geneseo getting their 4th or 5th touchdown today. Special teams touchdown. And you go back a few years for the last time Geneseo had somebody return a punt for a touchdown. And we have a new kicker in for Geneseo. That extra point is good by number 6, Jacob Verplates. It's 35-zip.
Back in the days, in the days of the original streak, that was a norm to get a kickoff return or punt return, build that wall and take it down the sideline. But it's tougher to do these days. That was a short pooch, picked it up on the run, and they did not have any time for coverage.
25-yard touchdown for Zach Olson. Just a sophomore. And we have 7 minutes and 22 seconds to play in the first half. Geneseo up by 35. Running clock starts at 40 points or more, and that would be in the second half. So the clock here is going to continue to be managed as usual. And Hinton's going to kick off for Geneseo from the 40-yard line, going left to right. Booming kick all the way down to the 2, dropped and still now finally picked up, and down he goes at the 6-yard line.
He did not want any part of it. He went into a slide at the 6, 7, maybe 7-yard line. Did not want to get hit. He saw some green jerseys barreling down on him with no blockers in front of him.
Chicago Clark has it 1st and 10 on their own 7-yard.
River Griffin was one of them.
And Logan Weber.
Logan Weber the other. 2 of them hit him soon, and there was a host of green jerseys behind that.
Well, I don't know if we're going to give the stats for Clark at halftime. I think they've got some negative numbers.
They've had a couple plays.
You guys keep doing your work over there, though.
They had 11-yard gain in the first quarter and a 7-yard first down run in the second quarter. Those are the 2 I can remember.
Short list there. 1st and 10. Clark's going to start from their own 6-yard line. We have well over 7 minutes to play in the second period. Shotgun snap. Quarterback steps up and able to get up to about the 8-yard line before he's finally tackled.
Charlie Weiss had him by the ankles, but he was if Charlie wouldn't have grabbed those ankles, he might have picked up some yardage. As it is, he picked up about 1.5 yards.
Cade Humphreys came up to help on the tackle.
That might be the first time he's been able to slip out of that pocket without getting nailed. They had him cornered and he slipped out.
Clark switching interior linemen on this 2nd down and 8 play from their own 8-yard line. Turner with pressure throws, completes the pass.
Very close to first down yardage. Again, a positive play. 2 in a row for Clark.
Pass complete to number 7, Brandon Gladney.
Gladney with the reception.
Looks like they're not waving the stick, so they are going to have a 3rd down play here.
Colin Murphy made the tackle for Geneseo on the far sideline. And they're about a football short of a first down. Should be about 3rd and 1.
It did look like it was a football short, but the way they got that flag stick, it's a big football. Oh, no, he's moving it now. Okay. Yeah, 3rd and about a foot.
Eagles break the huddle. They've got 1 first down in the game, trying to pick one up here against this Geneseo defense with 3 down linemen, and
oh, they didn't do that.
We got a penalty flag thrown.
Oh, my. They actually had an opportunity here.
Dead ball, offense, neutral flanking. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Lined up offsides.
Another penalty against Clark.
Had a foot to go to get for the second first down of the ball game, and now it's 3rd and 5. That's a tougher task. The way the Leafs are playing, they're really stacking them up.
Be an I formation. Give it to the tailback. Up the middle, breaks a tackle. Trying to get close to that first down. It's going to depend on the spot here.
He fought hard. He was hit about 3 times short of the first down. Kept those legs turning and picked it up.
And that was Richardson, number 11.
He's a hard player.
Tyler Tates is going to come back in for Geneseo on that defensive line, replacing Charlie Weiss. First down for the Eagles at their own 18-yard line. They'll go to that power game again, and it's Richardson. Bouncing off a couple defenders, getting some yards after contact. He's out past the 20 to the 22.
That's not a bad idea, giving him the football. He's a hard runner, and they haven't been successful at pretty much any other phase of the game.
Geneseo brings in Sam Thomas and Cody Brower. They'll line up in the defensive tackle positions.
Now they're going to put. No, they're not going to put 4 guys down, though. They still have 3 down.
Tates has moved from the nose guard position out to the tackle position on the left side. 2nd down and 5 with 5 minutes to play in the first half. Geneseo up 35-0 over Clark, and there was a slam there by Cody Brower. Wrapped up the running back, Artez Kilgore, and threw him down for a loss.
I have a feeling the center might be sitting on the ground. Cody Brower came right over the top, put his tail, and boy, he did slam. They gave him forward progress to the line of scrimmage, but he was actually hit the ground about 3 yards in the backfield.
3rd and 6 for the Eagles.
3rd down and 6 for Clark at the 23-yard line. Tailback may have got the first down again out to the 30-yard line. So Clark picking up back-to-back first downs here with Kilgore, the running back.
Tackled by Sam Thomas, but actually was able to spin just across the first down yardage.
So the Eagles.
Thomas came from the defensive right side, and the play was on the offensive right side. Had to catch him from behind.
So the Eagles have kind of went away from that passing game, that spread offense, to more of a conventional offense with a power I formation.
But Joe Turner hasn't hit the ground in a while. He kind of likes this.
1st and 10 from their own 31. And there's that penalty flag coming out again. And it'll probably be against the Eagles.
Somebody's lined up there. They're nose to nose up there, and somebody's lining up in the neutral zone.
Number 60, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Number 60 is having a little bit of a hard time deciding where that line of scrimmage is. He likes to line up just a little bit beyond it, and that's a no-no in the books.
So make it 1st and 15 for the Eagles at the 26-yard line. They trail Geneseo 35-0 in the second quarter.
Now they got 4 down linemen. Boy, that
Turner to roll.
Keeps it.
May have lost the ball. He did, back at the 28. And it's Geneseo ball.
Geneseo football.
Ben Cosgrave.
Ben Cosgrave with the fumble recovery at the 28-yard line. And it was stripped, I think, by Jordan Jackson.
They put those 4 down linemen in to take that run away, and the quarterback kept the ball, tried to get it around the outside, was thrown to the ground, lost the football. Leafs get it. For the first time in the game, Clark had 2 first downs on that possession, but still turned it over in their own territory. Leafs get it inside the 30.
From the Clark 29-yard line. Olsen in motion, Tune to roll right, throws. River Griffin with the reception at the 23 to the 15, the 10. Knocked out of bounds at around the 5. They'll stop him at the 4 as he put his head down. And a player down for Clark. Had helmet-to-helmet contact there.
Number 47, River Griffin, driven out of bounds. We do have an injury timeout on the field.
That's Barnett, number 4, I believe.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of pain. He's squirming around a little bit, but Casey Zipton's trying to decide whether he can flip over. Casey Zipton is not getting as much yardage as she got last week.
Little cooler than last week.
Haven't had the cramp situation. Yeah, a little cooler weather.
Nice play there by Geneseo with Tune completing the pass to River Griffin for a big gain. And Geneseo's has the football inside the 5. It'll be first and goal from the 4 after this injury timeout. We hope.
You may be able to see Luke Johnson taking a knee down there with the white hat, the ball boy. We had a Luke Johnson sing the national anthem and a Luke Johnson moving the ball in and out today. It's a popular name for the day.
I had to look out when they did the national anthem, make sure what Luke Johnson it was. But very nicely done by Luke Johnson, Geneseo high schooler.
Yep. Looks like they've decided he's going to be able to walk off on his own power. He was writhing in pain, and now he is going to, I'm pretty sure they have to take him out of the game.
Has to be out for at least one play.
Slight limp. He at least has a loss of speed for right now. Yep, now he's skipping. Yeah.
Geneseo ready to go. We're waiting for Barnett to exit the field. Zach Olson and River Griffin in the backfield.
We've got a lot of substitutions across the board in the Leafs line. Haven't got those names to you yet.
Second back, it's Tyler Thompson barreling in from 5 yards out. Geneseo going up 41-0.
There's a lot of names that didn't get called in the starting lineup at the beginning of the game, but they still know how to block and they know how to run the football. There was a nice hole on the right side, and Thompson takes it in.
And Thompson down in the end zone. He was trying to get back up after getting hit, and may have awkwardly got hit in the helmet area.
Just after I commented that Casey Zipton wasn't getting the yardage this week, she gets a couple end zone runs here. Check out players. This is not the fun part of this game.
Thompson being looked at in the Geneseo end zone after scoring the touchdown. And ran into the legs of one of the defenders for Clark with his helmet.
He was diving across the end zone, just taking the ball over, and I think you're right, he just ran into a leg with his head. And you can't be too careful with that kind of stuff.
And he's going to be helped up here. Well, he's sitting up now.
They're obviously not concerned about anything spinal or...
Helmets off.
Yep, now
getting a round of applause.
Now they could be, however, looking at concussion symptoms. So he'll have to pass the test probably. Walking off slowly, but looks like he's going to be fine.
Geneseo has had a couple players get injured this season. A couple seniors that aren't able to play here right for the rest of the year. Andrew Pischke and also Lucas Hofer. So a couple seniors
Andrew Pischke looked to have probably a really good spot, a chance at running that running back slot.
Point attempt by number 6, Jacob Verplates.
As a senior year, it's got to be disappointing for him as well as the team.
10 seconds left in our second quarter.
Jacob Verplates with the extra point, and it's 42-0, 3:10 to play in the second quarter, so that means a running clock in the second half on a day where this varsity game got started late, about an hour and a half late, just based because of 2 games before here at Bob Reed Field, a freshman and sophomore game. It was the freshmen, they're to blame.
They had several hundred yards of penalties, I understand, in the game, and
Penalties and some injuries in that first game.
It just took forever.
But it's a nice day for football.
It's a great day for football. Just to finish up that injury conversation, Lucas Holford, the other you mentioned, he also is a senior, and what a disappointing way to end your high school football career of not being able to play, but it is part of the deal.
Jack Hinton kicks off for Geneseo. This one will be fielded inside the 15. Brought out by Bruce Harden to the 20. And he's hit at the 25 and stopped right there. Off the bottom of that pile, 32 and 33. Raymond Vandenberg and Colin Murphy.
On the tackle for Geneseo. Chicago Clark will have it.
3 minutes to play in the first half. And Clark's going to have to come back out here on offense. They trail 42-0.
Charlie Weiss back in the game. Jordan Jackson still out there. See, a lot of the familiar names haven't changed a lot of the jerseys yet. Zach Humphrey, who just had a couple great defensive plays in that last series, pinned them against the goal line. Back out there on the field. Excuse me, that was 2 series ago. It's all going fast. Cody Brower in the lineup. And we have Tyler Tates back in the lineup, so not a lot of changes out there, especially on the line. Nick Schwartzendruber over here on this far side.
First down play for the Eagles from their own 27-yard line. They'll run it, and a loss on the play. I saw Cody Brower in there.
And Charlie. There's a 50 number that also pushed him down there. I'm going to say Charlie Weiss. Might have been Hunter Girton. Actually, I believe it was Hunter Girton.
No gain on the play.
From the middle linebacker spot.
Number of Green Machiners making that stop. No gain on the play.
Carter comes back, or Turner, excuse me, comes back on the field limping. He's been punished back there, but he's still the quarterback.
Richardson, the tailback for the Eagles, lined up. And boy, it's kind of been a common theme here for Clark. Every other play, they've drawn a penalty flag.
I think.
Neutral zone infraction, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
The coaching staff doesn't seem to be raising too big of a stink right now. I had a feeling they were in the line judge's ear a little while ago, but man, that's 3 or 4 times they've just plain lined up their handoff sides. You just can't do that.
Second down and long, no gain on this play.
Oh my.
And Richardson
there's a ball loose again.
Richardson got free from that stack and then fumbled the football, and they say it's Geneseo ball at the 22-yard line.
What a mob of green jerseys again. I don't know if you got somebody to give credit to that. A lot of green jerseys at the point of attack. Knocked the ball loose, and it's leaf ball again with a very short field once again. 22 yards to go. What's the score, Lauren?
It is 42-0 Geneseo at the minute 54 to play. Kind of tough seeing the scoreboard in this daylight.
That daylight is shining all over that thing, and it's hard to see.
And we've got a timeout taken by Geneseo. That's their first timeout, leaves them with 2. And definitely seeing some starters on the sidelines offensively for Geneseo now.
The defense was pretty much most of their regulars. People have been playing a lot, at least, and offense is kind of cleaning house up here a little bit. Looks like Schwartzendruber's in, gonna be in the backfield. Cody Brower in there, gonna be in the offensive line. He's had a lot more time on defense. River Griffin at the running back spot. Number 78, Cole Howard. Number 60, Max Gentry in the ball game.
Geneseo has a 1st and 10 on the Eagle 23-yard line.
Try to catch all these numbers. Is that Noah April lined up on this end over here?
82, yes.
Yep.
Kyle Toon will hand it off. River Griffin slips
Breaks
through.
loose.
Yep, down to the 10. Has a first down run for Geneseo. It's going to be 1st and goal. Green Machine at the Clark 9.
Well, they don't drop off when they put him in the ball game. He has really run hard in these last 2 weeks, piling up the yardage.
119 yards rushing last week for River Griffin on just 7 carries.
On the 9-yard line.
Looks like Heath Henderson on the far side lined up at the wide receiver spot.
Second back through, it's Olson into the end zone for his second touchdown. Zach Olson scoring, putting Geneseo up 48-0 with 1:35 to play in the second quarter.
Another 2-play, 22-yard scoring drive that was not very hard, not very difficult, not putting up a lot of resistance by Clark anymore in this ball game. The Leafs' second unit just blowing them away.
And it's Jacob Verplates on to kick the extra point. And it's good. Geneseo's been perfect on their extra points today, 7 for 7 between Jack Hinton and Jacob Verplates.
And they have no problem there. No matter if somebody got hurt there, they got a lot of depth at kicking department. A lot of depth on this team. You know, this is where you find out exactly how well you do when your second unit comes in, even special teams, and come in and just dominate. Boy, it's a pretty good depth team.
And we'll get to see a lot of these players in this second half with the running clock. So just a 2-play drive, 23 yards, 19 seconds. And the touchdown run by Zach Olson. He's got a few touchdowns today. One on a punt return and now a rushing touchdown. Tyler Thompson, who scored the last touchdown, he's sitting on the trainer's bench with his helmet off. Sitting by Justin Perrin, who got hurt last week. He's got a big knee brace on.
Yeah, that one's going out of bounds.
This one's going to hit the track in lane 2.
That one's just almost one hop the stands. Kicked it in the direction that the wind is blowing, and boy, that ball's going to be spotted at the 36-yard line. So it's only 1 yard worse than in kicking out of bounds anywhere else. Looked like they were definitely kicking away from the receiver on the far side of the field.
I think the wind took that one. So Clark's going to start where the ball went out of bounds. He got it at the 36.
I believe in Geneseo's defensive territory, there have been about 5 plays today, and they've not been offensive plays by Clark. They have not been in Geneseo territory yet. And the Leafs have only had to run a few offensive plays. Amazing the game of field position that they've played today.
Here come the Eagles. Trying to get something going here in the last minute and 35 seconds of the first half. Turner out of the gun. Has time to throw. Nice ball.
Open. He is
and
open.
It is incomplete. He wide open downfield was Aries Brewer.
He was open by about 5 yards. And if that ball had been well thrown, that was touchdown time.
Geneseo's got their starters off the field now on defense.
They had a lot of them out there, but there's still a lot of players that play a lot out there, though. A lot of players who play very consistently. It's really hard because the second unit here on Geneseo is really would be a first unit lots of years.
On second down and 10 now for Clark. Turner tries this side with a long pass, and this one's overthrown.
Not going to get beat that time.
Pass intended for number 4.
Coverage by 32, Raymond Vandenberg.
Brings up third down.
All over that play. It'll be a 3rd and long now for the Eagles.
I watched the far side, too, and they had coverage on the far side that time, too. They thought, well, if we can get somebody deep this time, maybe we could do it again, but coverage picked up on that this time. Nobody got burned, nobody got fooled.
Geneseo stops the Eagles here. They'll get the football back with
Colin, I'm sorry.
A little over a minute to go.
Colin, every time I see a New Jersey out there, I got to get him. Colin Murphy in the ball game. Braden Reese is in the game, but he's been in a lot.
Geneseo will rush 5. They blitz on 3rd and 10. Receiver open at the 40, and making the catch is Arias Brewer.
Pass is complete to number 6, Arias Brewer.
Up in the air, he had to wait for it to get there. Had to dive for the football, got the catch, and now the ball is in Geneseo territory for the first time in the ball game, I believe, while Clark is on offense.
Pass well over 30 yards on that for the Eagles.
And the quarterback, Joe Turner, did not hit the ground.
Turner's going to take a snap, drop back, throw, and receiver open, makes the catch at the 15 into the end zone. Touchdown by Brandon Gladney.
Defensive back went for the pick or trying to get a hand on that ball before he received it and missed it. Left the receiver open for the touchdown.
So that's going to go as a 33-yard touchdown pass. And puts the Eagles on the scoreboard here in the second quarter with 1:04 to play before halftime.
This is the opportunity for that second unit to try to put the pressure on Turner as well as the first unit did. He's got just a split second longer to throw the football, and he's been able to get it away.
They'll go for 2. Power formation. Turner's in a rollout, throw over the middle, incomplete. And so the score remains 49-6. Geneseo well ahead of Chicago. Clark with 1:04 to play before halftime. Clark last year did win 6 games in the regular season. They put up some points too. So I'm just looking at their 6 victories. They've scored at least 30 points in all those 6 wins. So obviously got some talent out there. And when the quarterback has time to throw, he can get it downfield.
They do have talent. You know, we've been talking about some of those guys. Barnett, is playing a good game. Turner, when he has an opportunity. Certainly Brewer is a fine athlete. And Demetrius Richardson. We have not called any of their linemen out because they've just been getting blown off the line of scrimmage. So we have a hard time giving them the kudos right now.
Clark scoring in 31 seconds, 4 plays, 64 yards. And a touchdown pass from Joe Turner to Brandon Gladney of 33 yards. So I don't know if that'll put them on the positive side for yards in this first half. So they got 64 in that chunk. But that's got to make them feel a little bit better.
It's going to be close.
Number 24, Raps.
A lot of their negative yardage, is penalties. They've been lining up in the neutral zone and just doing some really correctable things that hopefully by the end of the season they got corrected. As you mentioned at the onset, this was a playoff team last year.
Here's the kickoff. Squib kick, high bounce. Noah Aper goes up and takes it down. And,
and the crowd boos Noah for jumping on the ball. As we mentioned, we made a comment earlier when I believe it was Kyle Wise who caught that ball and advanced it 15 yards. You don't see him do that often, but Noah decided to take the safe route. Take it to the turf and hang on.
Minute to play in the first half. Geneseo 49, Clark 6. 2 timeouts left for Geneseo if they want to use them, and Clark is out of timeouts. And speaking of timeouts, Geneseo takes one. I didn't mean this early, but if they want to go ahead and take one, they will have one left with the football at the 37-yard line.
Once again this week, they seem to be replacing everybody but Kyle Toon. They're, want to just make sure he gets a lot of experience. Not sure where they're. Okay, they're making a few moves here.
Got Heath Henderson in the game now. He'll come in at the end position. Joe Stahl, number 63, is in a lineup at center, I believe. On 1st and 10, here we go from the 37-yard line. Toss sweep with room to run out to the midfield. Goes Nick Schwartzendruber. 13-yard run for him.
Schwartzendruber on the carry, picking up the Geneseo first down at midfield. Richardson on the tackle.
That'll stop the clock to move the chains. 56 seconds to play in the first half.
Several nice blocks once again. At least moving the football. The line still controlling the line of scrimmage. New bodies, same result.
Fullback River Griffin. 10-yard run to the 40-yard line. Jacob Grunwald's out there, number 70. Cole Howard, 78. Shane Holmstrom, number 50.
Max Gentry just checked in. And Shane Holmstrom just checked out.
Jack Morrell, number 16, coming in. And I don't think Geneseo has to run another play. Final seconds running off the clock here in this first half. Geneseo well out in front of Chicago Clark with a lot of points being scored in that second period. So the first half is in the books, and at halftime, it's the Geneseo Green Machine 49, the Chicago Clark Eagles 6.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Home, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Village Home Stores, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize our sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
Let's work together to improve our way of life. Join voices
Let's hear it for your Geneseo High School Maplettes.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Home, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Village Home Stores, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize our sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
Okay, we are ready for the second half of football from Bob Reed Field in Geneseo. The Green Machine on top, 49-6 over the visiting Eagles of Chicago Clark. Continuous clock in the second half. That means only stoppage on a timeout. So the next 24 minutes here of football should go by pretty fast. With Bob Pettit, I'm Lauren Lemke, and glad to have you along for a second game of the season. We will be back next week. It'll be a Friday night game, 7 o'clock kickoff at home against Cahokia, a team Geneseo has played 2 other times, and we have split the series with Cahokia.
I'm just going to take a stab. That other 89 was in the ball game defensively, I think, at the end of the first half. And the sophomore 89 is Jake Winslow, 6'3", 220. That was about the size of the guy that was in there. And so maybe Jake Winslow got some time on the defensive line at the end of the first half.
Game has a differential of 40 or more points in the second half.
Our public address announcer, Dave Wolick, making the announcement about the
only stopping for timeouts.
Continuous clock rule. And Jack Hinton's going to kick off to the south end zone, awaiting the whistle to get the second half underway. Crowd's kind of thinned out a little bit here on a Labor Day weekend, Saturday afternoon. Hinton's going to try to put this one to the sideline. He puts us in lane 5, I think, this time. So
I thought the first one was out of bounds. That one is going to come up to the 41-yard line. It looks intentional the way he's kicking that ball, but he couldn't possibly be wanted to place it at the 41-yard line. So,
I'm thinking he's trying to get it down the sideline more. We know he can kick it straight on, so I think he's just trying to work on the placement of the football.
The wind is blowing from the east to the west, and that's where the football is going, but it's going way west. Let's see what they got. Doesn't look like they're substituting yet.
Not a big roster for the Eagles, 30 players, so we would kind of expect to see about the same starters in for them. They're going to hand it off to Richardson, and he pounds his way out to the 44-yard line. We'll give him 3 yards on the play. He was their leading rusher in the first half. He had 11 yards on 4 attempts.
Richardson, the ball carrier, picks up about 4 yards on the carry.
So Geneseo on defense.
I was hoping for a confirmation that it was number 89 who made the tackle. I was hoping that Dave Wallach would bail us out here and give us a name. We don't have it on our varsity roster.
We've got a write-in for Jake Winslow, 81.
81.
So.
You know what? That's got to be Jake. That's got to be Jake Winslow, because he was an add-on, and he's 89 on the sophomore roster. We're going to give Jake Winslow the credit for tackle on that last play.
2nd down and 7. Play action fake. Joe Turner's going to get it out of his hand. He's got a receiver open at the Geneseo 44 and past the 40 down to about the 36-yard line.
4 Geneseo defenders were in the area. Just thread the needle between all of them. Wires are a little touchy here, so if I disappeared there, I apologize. Threaded the needle between 4 defenders The coverage really looked pretty good, but he just found an open slot and the quarterback hit it.
Ryan Cass making the tackle for Geneseo. On the reception was number 6 Brewer. And it's 1st and 10 Eagles at the Geneseo 36-yard line. Turner's going to hand it off. Geneseo's going to meet the line, or the running back at the line of scrimmage. No 1-yard gain on that play.
Cody Brower in on that tackle, but it was number 58, Cass, on the bottom of that pile. I think he wrapped him first.
Eagles.
Again, very, very small gain. A lot of Leafs up there to help out.
9:50 to play in the third quarter. Continuous clock, Geneseo 49, Chicago Clark 6. On a sunny day here in Geneseo.
Got another apology here because we got a 54 in on that play, and we don't have that on our varsity roster. 54 on the JV, or the sophomore squad, is Josh Beef.
Turner, quick slant.
Oh, off the
fingers of Brewer, incomplete. Raymond Vandenberg in the vicinity.
Pass intended for Brewer, incomplete.
Raymond on his knees, wishing he could have caught that one. It looked like he was going to try to pick that thing and just got tipped by the offensive player.
Josh Decker in number 80, along with number 29, Cade Coons. On 3rd and 9 for the Eagles at the Geneseo 35-yard line. And there's our penalty. 11 penalties in the first half by the Eagles.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
We're gonna have to cut the officials some slack here because they have done all 3 games, and it's got to be getting really late for them.
He's called so many penalties he couldn't get his hand signals down.
He couldn't decide which one to call. All he knew was he was going to give 5 yards marked off against Clark.
So make it 3rd and 14. Receivers left and right. Slot formation. Snap it back to Turner with time to throw. Over the middle, long pass. It's juggled and dropped.
Brandon Gladney had his hands all over that thing. He juggled it for about 3 steps. Never pulled it in. Thankfully for the Leafs, he dropped it on about the 3rd or 4th juggle. Coverage down there by 2 guys. I think Reese was one of them.
Raymond Vandenberg was also right there. So it's 4th down. Clock moving, even on that incomplete pass, with Geneseo up by more than 40 points. It will be a quick second half of football. Ball at the 40-yard line of Geneseo. They need 14 yards to pick up the first down. 3 receivers out wide right.
Pressure on the quarterback.
Gets it away, and it's incomplete. And down went Turner with a hit by Shane Holmstrom.
Geneseo will take over on downs.
So the second unit has decided to put the pressure back on. He overthrew that pass by about 10 yards because he knew he was going to get hit.
And we saw the second team warming up in front of us. Kyle Toon's going to stay in, the starting quarterback for Geneseo. He'll run this offense with
Henderson split out on this end over here on the near side. Cody Brower, the tackle.
Joe Stahl,
the right
new center, handed off. Number 20, or number 19.
He's off.
That's Pischke. Colton Pischke down to the 20. Pischke to the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, no flags. This one will go for a touchdown.
Number 19.
Or do we have it coming back here? We got an official coming in from the sideline. Talking to the head referee.
Colton Pischke, the sophomore, had a great sophomore game against Moline. They're not going back.
And I think that touchdown's on a stand. It's kind of
Sideline warning. On the clock. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Kind of took the excitement out of that touchdown run.
Geneseo touchdown.
Yeah.
But it was exciting to watch, and Colton Pischke has a long touchdown run.
They got another, he said sideline warning, but a sideline infraction. It's probably going to be marched off on the kickoff. It's not on the extra point. It would be on the kickoff. Geneseo accepts the touchdown.
It's a tough call there. What do you do?
I thought maybe they'd go back and try it over, just see if they can do it again. A lot of confusion out there.
It'll go down as a 60-yard touchdown run for Colton Pischke, a sophomore.
Another one-play drive.
Encroachment on the defense and penalties declined.
Jacob Verplates, a senior, and to kick the extra point out of the hold from Logan Weber. High snap, gets it on the block, and this one is an angle off to the left, and it's no good.
Hooked that with the left. It was a high snap. Tried to get that placement down, but just didn't get the timing down. They declined the encroachment, which would have given them a yard and a half. Probably just throw their angle off. They liked where it was.
Makes the score 55-6. Clock continues to run even through all that with some of a delay to get the extra point off. So it's just time off the clock here in the second half. We're down to 4 minutes to go in the third.
Okay, the unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be marched off on the kickoff. So it's 15 yards. You're going to be kicking from Clark territory at the 45-yard line.
The kickoff for Geneseo. Back to receive.
If I'm Jack Hinton, I
Eagles.
see if I can put this over the crossbar.
Well, if he kicks it out of bounds, I think it goes back to the 35, and it'd be a 10-yard kick. Might as well try it onside. Maybe that wouldn't be good for him.
Hitting the kickoff from the Clark 45. He's going to try for that.
Oh, it's short.
Just a little bit short and to the left.
Just short of the crossbars. But it is out of the end zone.
Chicago Clark will have it first.
Rolls back into the bleachers.
Touchback, 20-yard line coming up here for the Eagles, who are just kind of walking back out on the field. No hurry.
You know, I think this might have been the biggest mass exodus I've ever seen a Geneseo crowd today. It's Labor Day weekend. We're running 2 hours behind. Everybody thought they were going to be gone at 2:30, and you know they just had things to do. I was amazed. Parents are here though. Parents are required to stay.
We are trying to get the football spotted at the 20. Officials aren't in really any big hurry either here. This is probably the third game they've done today.
It is the third game, and you would think they would be in a hurry.
Time we get this play off, we'll be down to 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 55-6 is the score, a 49-point lead by Geneseo over Chicago Clark. Joe Turner still in at quarterback for the Eagles. Long pass, far sideline, incomplete.
5 yards overshot. Good coverage that time by Vandenberg.
Brewer incomplete. Second down, Eagles.
Also deep behind that is that Braden Reese?
Yes, number 85. He's playing a deep safety. Second down coming up for Clark.
Wish there was a signal where we could get the players to turn and show us their number.
On the rebroadcast, they'll hear this and they'll get it down. On second down, shotgun snap, penalty flag thrown in, and Turner's in a slide at the 25. I don't know if Geneseo's going to be called for a hold here, or if they lined up off sides again for Clark.
Pick up about 4 yards on the play. Whether it's stand or not could be.
Going to wave the flag off. That's the best decision all day.
Being waved off.
The next decision the next advanced decision they need to make is just to leave it in the pocket for a while, unless it's something really big.
And we've got a timeout taken by Clark, so that will officially stop the clock with 50 seconds to play in the third, and that's their first timeout. They have 2 left in this half. 59-6 was the halftime score, and Geneseo's tacked on another touchdown in this third quarter. A long touchdown run by Colton Pischke, 60 yards. And I think he's the second leading rusher on the team today. 100 yards in the first half by Jordan Jackson and a couple touchdowns.
If you could count his yardage in the sophomore game, he would be the leading rusher on the day, I believe. He had a lot of yardage in that first game, in the sophomore game, which was actually the second game.
A triple header here at Bob Reed Field, a rarity. I think the last time Geneseo had 3 games in one day was down in Southeast, Springfield Southeast, about 10 years ago.
Cade Cooden's in the lineup defensively. Make sure we get all these guys. We've talked about Vandenberg. Jack Morrell. I think we've got most of those guys out there, haven't we?
I believe so.
Jacob Grunwald. He's been in playing some good defensive line.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and 6 for the Eagles from their own 24-yard line. Spread formation and movement both sides of the football. Who's going to be caught? Oh, my
goodness. They didn't hear me say leave the flag in the pocket. I know you got to call it.
You got to call that one.
You got to call that one.
Still 2nd down.
But if he lines his hand 2 inches offline, do you think he could overlook it? Let's overlook that one.
I think he was moving backwards for the snap.
Oh, yeah. Only 3 steps, though.
Turner in the pocket. He's going to have to scramble and throw, and it is off the fingers and dropped there by...
Hit him in a really bad spot. Hit him in the hands, wide open. He was running before he was looking to see where he was running before he pulled that ball in. And it's going to be 3rd and really long for the 3rd and 11 for the Eagles.
Look at Noah Pritchard in the game, 53. Ryan Cass is back in, 58.
Shane Holmstrom was down. He's down on this end here. He's a down lineman on this end.
They might not be able to get another playoff here. We're down to 10 seconds to go in the quarter. They're lined up. Down to 5 seconds. Just get it off. Final play of the third quarter. Turner with pressure throws and incomplete. He almost got sacked back there.
He didn't want to go down. He felt the pressure and he just kind of laid it out there on the ground.
So that will end the third quarter. The score, Geneseo 55, Chicago Clark 6.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Home, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Village Home Stores, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize our sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
And welcome back to our broadcast with Bob Pettit. I'm Lauren Lemke. We've got 12 minutes. And as soon as they start that clock, we might be out of here in 12 minutes, Bob. Continuous motion of that clock with Geneseo up big here, 55-6 over Chicago Clark.
Is there a way you could send a message down the field and tell them they are not allowed to call a timeout, because that's the only time the clock stops? Or injury, maybe injury.
I'll send a text message.
It seems like we ran through the minor injuries. I don't know if you have a major injury stop or not.
Clark's got a 4th down and 11. They've got a guy back to kick the ball. That's Richardson. And Geneseo really has nobody back to return this. Had a punt return for a touchdown the first half by Geneseo. It was from Zach Olson.
This is not their normal return team in there, so they just lined up, made sure he didn't try to run the ball, fake punt, held their position, let him kick it.
Ball down at the Geneseo 48-yard line.
They actually have to travel beyond the 50-yard line again. Very few times have they had to do that today. Field position has been pretty much phenomenal.
And a new quarterback in for Geneseo, Jaron Brucker.
Jaron Brooker had quite a bit of time in the previous game also.
And just as the clock was running, Geneseo's going to call their first time out with 11:15 to play in the 4th. Get some guys lined up correctly. Might have been short a player. And we got some guys here.
Yep, we're going to have to get some sophomore roster. We're going to assume that that's Peyton Clausen, 45, in the sophomore roster.
That's what I would go with.
If we're wrong, we're doing the best we can. And any moms who would like to get this corrected, if we get somebody's name wrong, Keith Kennett is in the book.
Leave a message after the tone. All right, back to action here. Geneseo lined up 1st and 10 from their own 48. And they hand it off to the fullback that's in there, Peyton Clausen. Just right on cue.
He battled. Joe Stoll in the ball game in that offensive line.
Give him 6 yards on the play.
In with the play, Raymond Vandenberg.
45, Clausen, the ball carrier.
Been playing defense for quite a while now. Some of these guys are getting more playing time than the people we listed as the starting units.
2nd down play coming for Cade Coons, and Coons very close to that 1st down marker at the 43-yard line of Clark.
Hit the line of scrimmage running hard. Just kept churning. Cole Howard in at this left tackle spot.
Brings up a 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
3rd and short. We'll call it 1 yard for the Green Machine offense late in this 4th quarter.
Noah Pritchard in the offensive line. Jaron Brooker comes in with the play, the sophomore. Had a really nice sophomore game.
Shutout Moline 43-0. And Geneseo's going to get called for a penalty here on 3rd and 1.
Encroachment on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Lined up in the neutral zone. So it makes it 3rd down and 6.
Penalty moves it back 5. It's now 3rd and 6 for the Maple Leafs.
Very interesting.
Rucker takes the snap. Up the middle. Very close to that 1st down goes Clausen again. Peyton, number 45. 4th down. Geneseo's going to go for it. We'll have to wait till next game maybe to see who the punter is on this team.
Next week.
Stay tuned.
Suspense. Brooker brings in the play. Critical 4th down play.
Heath Henderson wide right. 8:40 to play in the game. 55-6 Geneseo. 1st down run and a little more. Horse collar tackle And there's the penalty flag there for that.
Yeah, you got it. That's a safety issue. You don't want to eat the flag on that one either.
So that was Shane Swanson, 28.
These sophomores are getting a lot of credit. I hope they're getting the proper credit. We got
15-yard penalty on the defense. First down.
If we don't have them on our varsity roster, we're just using the sophomore numbers. And that's who's listed there.
So 15 yards added to that first down run by Swanson, puts the football at the Clark 23-yard line. And the clock running under 8 minutes to go in the game.
And that was definitely a horse collar. Got him by the shoulder pads and just threw him to the ground.
Ready to snap this football on 1st and 10. Parker waiting for the 5-second count, and snap is fumbled, and it's recovered by Clark, and they get the football back with 7:20 to play in the game at their own 23-yard line.
Chicago Clark will have it 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line.
Clark changing personnel here. Their defense going off and bringing back their offensive players.
They're not moving off very fast.
They may end up taking a timeout here.
They are moving very slow. Once again, they forfeited last week, so the conditioning can't be good. It's a possibility that they had to forfeit because of, there's regulations on how much you got to practice, so many practice days and so forth. They might have not met the regulations.
True.
They do not look like they're in a great stamina position right here. It's a chore getting on and off the field. As you said, their numbers are not very strong.
About 30 players on the roster. They're ready to go here. They're Class 3A team, a little over 500 students in their high school. Geneseo has a little over 800. On 1st and 10, ball is fumbled on the handoff.
And it's a scrum.
It is. And there's that Olympic rugby scrum. It'll be second down and recovered.
Second down, yep, the white jersey's got it.
Play recovered by the Eagles. 2nd down and 10.
I'm trying to find some new jerseys in here, but there's a lot of.
I don't think there's anybody else to put in, Bob.
A lot of the people that we've already seen.
5.5 minutes to play in the game. Back to the ground game, and
wow, nice
tackle there by number 60.
Nice defensive play.
Max Gentry.
Max Gentry on the tackle for Geneseo.
Noah Pritchard checks in.
Play 3rd down and 10.
Cade Coons checks out, I believe.
Third down and 10.
Cheerleaders haven't given up. Cheerleaders are still cheering. Their conditioning has been very good. Still got a lot of power left.
Clark will take a timeout, stop the clock. 4 minutes and 58 seconds to play in the game. Geneseo up 55-6. The big highlight here in the second half, that 60-yard touchdown run by Colton Pischke. Geneseo's touchdowns today all on the ground. Running game, 7 touchdowns rushing and 1 punt return for a score. 62 points last week, so 55 this week, and still possible they can get over that 60-point mark if they get the football back. All right, Clark's down to 1 timeout.
I'm not sure how anxious they were to put it in the end zone. The sophomore game, as you mentioned, they were up in the running clock situation, and they started taking a knee at about 4 minutes.
New quarterback in for the Eagles. Long pitch, running out to his left, fumbled the football, and I think Clark fell back on it. They retain possession, but it'll bring up 4th down.
Decker on the tackle for
Checking into the
Geneseo.
ball game, Ryan Cass. And 54. Again, back to our sophomore roster. That looks like Josh Beath.
No gain on the play, brings up 4th and 11 for the Eagles.
Lots of players getting lots of time today.
Yard line.
Freshmen had plenty of time against Rock Island early on, and the sophomores all got time, and now everybody's getting a lot of time. The varsity starters might have got the least playing time today on this triple header. But they did well.
They did, yes.
Extremely well. They looked very good.
They ran 29 offensive plays in that first half and scored 6 offensive touchdowns. Did have a couple turnovers in that first half, but overcame those. So we go 4th and 11. They're going to punt.
Geneseo with nobody deep again.
Richardson.
They're going to let it bounce. And they get the roll.
All the way down to the 37-yard line. Clock running on this change of possession. Geneseo out on offense. 3.5 minutes to go in the game.
That was Artez Kilgore, the freshman from Clark, out there playing cat and mouse with that football. He still has some energy left in a white jersey. Trying to take advantage of his opportunity to get on the varsity field. And we got some green jerseys doing the same, but they've been playing quite a bit today. Offensive line has really controlled the line of scrimmage no matter who's been in there.
And we've got a whistle here as Geneseo comes up to the line, and I got a signal here to wind the clock. It's still going.
They just forgot.
We got one player short.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Yep. Let's put 11 on the field.
You can play with 10, but 11 is preferred.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to go here.
For some reason or other, the officials decided to cut them some slack and give them the opportunity to get out there.
On this first down play, it's the fullback, Peyton Clausen, up ahead for about 3 yards.
Leafs cognizant of not getting anybody injured, not running up the score today. Even some of the second unit has not got a lot of time today. River Griffin has not had nearly the number of carries he had last week. Second and 7.
Football at the 40-yard line of Geneseo. Kieran Brucker looking at the back judge. He's counting it down. He'll hand it off here on this second down play.
Pischke, the ball carrier.
And it's Colton Pischke with the call. He takes it pretty close to that first down marker. Make it 3rd down and 2.
Colton Pischke, the 157-pound sophomore, had his yards per carry is dropping when you only pick up 4.
Started off really good. 60 yards a clip.
60 yards a clip on the first carry.
Under a minute to go in the game. 55-6. Geneseo with the lead and the football. And across midfield goes Cade Coons, number 29.
Coons, the ball carrier.
Yeah, now I think
Kilgore on the tackle.
Geneseo does have to run another play. They probably just elect to take that knee in victory formation.
Pretty sure they're not interested in scoring a touchdown right now. That's kind of not their style.
Well, a rare Saturday game in the regular season for Geneseo, and it's going to end up with a win today.
They're all lined up at midfield, wanting to be one of the early ones to get across the field, shake hands, and get to that bell.
And they're just going to let the clock run out. They don't even have to line it up. They'll line up to shake hands, and Geneseo's going to go 2-0 on the season with a victory here today over Chicago Clark. The final score is going to be 55-6 Geneseo with the victory.
The final score of our game, Geneseo 55, Chicago Clark.
Coach Johnson leads the field leads the team across the field.
Returns here to Bob Reed Field next Friday night at 7 p.m. September 10th.
Geneseo.
The officials barely getting off the field. They've had 3 long games. They've been going since about 9 o'clock this morning.
There is no sophomore game planned for next
Geneseo with
Friday.
jumping out to a 49-0 lead in this one. A lot of yards on the ground today for Geneseo. 348 total yards on the ground, 36 through the air. Jordan Jackson leading the way with 100 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. 65 yards for Colton Pischke and a touchdown. 49 from Drew Rapps, 43 from Cade Humphreys. Humphreys adding the first touchdown of the game. Kyle Toon had a touchdown and 10 yards rushing. Touchdowns by Zach Olson and Tyler Thompson as well in today's game. Toon with the 36 yards passing as Geneseo goes out with a victory today here, 55-6, the final score. Bob, final thoughts on this one, or as we get ready for next week?
The big question after week 1 and week 2 is to give them enough preparation to meet Cahokia next week, because that's going to be a real football game. And you got to hope they did. They were pretty clean, not a lot of penalties. Played well when the starting units were in, and the second units showed we got some depth. So looking for a good season, looking for a good week next week.
All right, have a safe Labor Day. We'll catch up with you next Friday, Bob. I'd like to thank Kim Kennett at the WGRG FM studio, our statisticians today, Parker Prohaska and John Buzzard, our technical coordinator, Keith Kennett, for Bob Pettit. I'm Lauren Lemke. Final score, Geneseo 55, Chicago Clark 6. So long.